Hi guys, it's Jess from Skyline Sports again. I'm a little bit ranty today. Another thing that's come up a couple of times over the last few months is a question I'll explain to you who's been saying things like that after I say what the question is. Now, generally, the way the gist of the things goes is people say, why do people spend so much money on their bikes getting their bikes light, the brand new carbon fibre thing, when for their performance it would be easier to lose a few kilos, right? Now, every single person I've seen ask this question has got absolutely smashed, right? And we see this sort of happening more and more, and people get offended and defend, well, number one, their choice of bikes, number two, whatever their body weight is, whatever they're saying, right? And I get it. I'm a big person who rides an expensive bike, right? It's not DO2 or anything, but, I ride an S-Works TT bike when I race. It's a little bit flashy for some of you that have seen my bike, right? But this is the thing. I'm not offended by what they're saying. Okay, because I get it, they're absolutely correct. And the people that are saying this sort of thing, they are personal trainers, performance triathlon coaches, elite athletes, and in the essence of what they're saying and with the intention that they're saying it with, it is correct, right? However, what they're not taking into consideration is that sometimes we're not there to be the fastest person, we're not there to get to Kona, qualify for national championships, where they're fighting our own battles, right? And for a lot of us and a lot of people that are reacting the way that they are reacting, they're reacting because our body weight or something else like that is making us react that way. That, like, not making us react that way, that's not the right word, but the history of what's happened to us in our lives, right? We don't know whether that big guy that you've seen out on the bike that you said, well, like, he's got an $11,000 bike. Like, don't you think it'd be easier if he lost 10 kilos? How do you know he hasn't already lost 30? Right? And he's well on the way. But when it comes down to it, that's not any of anybody else's business, right? But when these people say things like that, they are saying it in terms of a performance athlete, right? A personal trainer gets results with particular people. I'll be honest, this personal trainer, I wouldn't go and see him, because with an opinion like that, I'd tell him to jam it, right? However, the next person that I saw something like this got absolutely crucified. He's a performance triathlon coach, right? Performance. Now, so am I, right? So I see it from 2 points of view. I see it from the point of view of the coach, right? We're trying to get the best we can out of our athletes, right? I don't approach the conversation with a lot of my athletes because it is not my first point of call, right? I've been through the performance testing, we go through the bike testing, we go through, fine-tuning their position and all that sort of stuff, right? I mention race nutrition, that sort of thing, everyday nutrition. It's something I go through a lot. But I don't turn around and say flat out to somebody, well, you'd be faster if you lost weight. Even though it's true, it's a little bit insensitive, right? I know I'd be faster if I lost weight. I know for a fact that I can run a minute per kilometre faster if I lose 10 kilos. I mean, shit, I'd probably be better off losing 20. But I'm not offended by what they're saying because I understand what they are trying to get through to us from a point of view, right? There is a lot of stuff happening at the moment where athletes are the thinking they can go into long course racing without doing the time and doing the training. Now, not that I assume that a lot of people my size out there that haven't done the training, because you can't do that. I know exactly what I did out there, right, training for an Ironman. I know that I was there every weekend on a 6-hour ride, a 2.5-hour run, right? I did every little bit of work to get out there. But I didn't look like a triathlete. I stand in line to put my bike into the rack, and someone says, oh no, you just have to wait over there for him. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I'm going to rack my bike. Like, I had a long sleeve top on, like, you can't see my wristband. Oh, you just have to wait over there. What? But I think what I want to see happen, right, from all this stuff that's been happening lately, I understand what the performance coaches are saying, but I don't want them to say it publicly because they get the shit beaten out of them. right? You know, metaphorically, right? Because we're at the point where people can say whatever they want to say on the internet, and they're happy to do so, right? And I don't deny that at all. But if you're working with elite and performance athletes, and it's something that you need to have a conversation about, have a conversation about it, but, you know, don't put it out there on the internet, because you're going to get absolutely crucified by the, you know, the body positive athletes, right? But at the same time, at the other side of the scale, for the athletes like me that are bigger, that, you know, yes, okay, we're spending money on bikes, but guess what? I've got money to spend. I don't have kids. Why should I have, you know, when I like my bike, I spend a lot of time on my bike. I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a bike that I don't like. And let's be honest, by the end of the day, like, the way I came about my bike was a little bit different than most people, because my S-Works was replaced by a specialised warranty issue. But anyway, right, so the bike that I've got that cost about 10 grand in the end, I initially bought a $3,000 bike, but like a carbon fibre bike, you can't tell people what bike they want to ride, or what they want to buy, or what their body should look like. Or like I've got a GP, cracks me up, won't see her anymore. Walked into the office and she goes, oh, it's got written on your file that you're a triathlete. You mustn't have done a triathlon in a while. Why did you say that? Oh, because triathletes are normally tall and skinny. Is that right? Cool. Carry on. Well, you know, whatever you want to talk about, lady, that's completely up to you. But from the other side of the equation is, don't take stuff that a high performance coach or person, don't take it personally, all right? Because they're not referring to you, because when it comes down to it, the triathlon community and all that sort of stuff, they are so supportive, right? And they're not telling you that you don't deserve that bike. They're not telling you that you need to lose weight. They're not telling you that you're not good enough. That's not it at all. They're telling people who are trying to buy their performance, right? They're telling people that are trying to buy their performance instead of doing the hard work, right? So if you are out there every weekend, the same as I was, right, and you're doing all the hard work, they're not talking about you. So from either side, we just need to calm that shit down, because I don't want to see all this sort of stuff going on within the community, because the coaches that I've seen say it, right, the PT probably not so much, but, you know, the coach that I saw get torn down about it all, he is an absolutely lovely guy. I spent a week with him at the AIS last year, and he's a great guy, right? He didn't mean to ride out there and offend people, but he's got absolutely shit blasted out of him for it. And yeah, we need to think about what we write online and how people are going to react to it, but his audience is people that are chasing performance in triathlon. And, you know, for the people that are chasing performance, but they're a different body shape to what is expected, well, let's just simmer it down a bit and prove them wrong. You know, it just makes it a little bit easier. But anyway, obviously you can tell that this was a bit unscripted, and I just wanted to say it, because from both sides of the equation, as somebody sits on both sides at times, it's really frustrating to see us bluing all the time. We shouldn't be. It's not a fat athlete versus people who don't think fat people should do a triathlon. You just none of that stuff. It's not that. And yes, I use the word fat, so I'm probably going to get my ass kicked too. But, you know, that's not what's going on here. We're all on the same team. We all want what's best, and it's just that if they are concerned that people are buying their speed rather than putting the hard work in, it's got nothing to do with our weight or anything. It's just got to do with the work they're putting in, and we put in as much work as anyone. So anyway, that's me for today. Bye.